Good morning. Welcome to Easy Delicious Cooking. Today I am going to prepare 6 of these babies. I'm going to cut them, stuff them with my stuffing mixture. You'll see what it is, of course. It's all written in the recipe. And then I'm going to bake them. They're perfect for a first course. They're perfect as a complement to a main course. They taste absolutely delicious. I've been cooking these for at least 30 years. Haven't changed the recipe. There's no need to change the recipe. So the first thing we'll do, of course, is we'll take the stem out, trim all that, make the cavity a little bit bigger if need be, and we'll go from there. I've got some rashers of bacon in here. I'm going to slice it up into small pieces, then I'm going to fry it off. And that way, that's going to go into the stuffing mixture and it's ready to go. Now you want to cut them finely. Now this is enough to make 6 large mushrooms. You can put less or more bacon as you require. It's all up to your own taste. For me, this is ample bacon, but I like bacon, I like the flavour of bacon, so why not? So there we go. The bacon's been finely cut. Now I'm going to fry it off, and that will become part of the stuffing mixture. Put a little bit of olive oil in, because the bacon hasn't got a lot of fat. This particular bacon hasn't got a lot of fat. It's over low heat, so let that cook slowly, and when it's ready, that'll become part of, like I said, it'll be the stuffing mixture. I'm not adding anything to it yet, no salt, no pepper, and we'll just cook it first. Okay, I've done 4 mushrooms. What I do is I'll take the stem out and I'll just trim off a little bit of the excess mushroom from here. And that leaves a nice deep section for me to put the stuffing in. So that's 5, and I'll do 1 more, and the mushrooms will be ready. Look how big this one is. Yum. I'm going to eat this one. More stuffing, you see. Take the stem out and cut off the excess bit there. And there's your 6 mushrooms. So what I'll do now is I'll chop all these mushrooms, all these little bits finely, and they'll become part of the stuffing mixture. So there's no other way to do this. You don't have to do it. I like it. And of course you chop them finely because if it's too coarse and it goes into the mushroom, it stands out. That's a lot of cheese. The flavour is amazing. I tried some before and it's got such a beautiful flavour. I couldn't help myself. I know there's a recipe, I know there's quantities, but you know what? I also know what my taste is. So I expect you to change the recipe to your liking, because you're going to eat it, not me. And what I like doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to like. So there's the cheese. The butter's melted. So next thing I need to do, of course, is I go to my garden now and I'll get some rosemary and some thyme, and I'll bring it back here, and that should be get it all together, mix it all together, and that should be the stuffing mixture. Okay. And I forgot to mention, I've turned the oven on to 170 degrees centigrade, and that should mean that by the time the mushrooms go in, the oven is up to temperature. Okay. So that's what's left now. I'll strip the leaves off the rosemary. We've got a few of the younger stems. So what you do now, of course, is chop it up. If you could just smell the aroma. Wow. And that's going to go in the stuffing mixture. Is that enough? It's enough for my taste. You can add less. And this is a common thing with me. You can add more or less to suit your taste. Of course, let's not forget the butter, 60 grams of butter. Now my hands are washed, the rings are off. There's only one thing left for it. Mix it together, bring it all together. You might have to add some more egg to this. It's up to you, but it feels moist enough. And of course, I'm going to leave it till the very end. Before I stuff the mushrooms, I'm going to add some salt and pepper, but let's just do this first, and then I'll have a bit of a taste to decide how much salt and pepper to put in. So you can see how it's starting to come together, and that's exactly what you want. Yeah, it's moist enough. Just got to keep working it. Oh, the smell. Not smell, the aroma. Yum. Okay. I'll wash my hands and we'll taste for the salt and pepper. I just have a bit of a taste, and this is basically to determine how much salt and pepper to put in the mixture. Okay, something I didn't know. Definitely need salt and not as much pepper. So let's go and get those two and I'll get back to you. Okay, I'm back. So, pepper, in it goes. Pepper just brings out the flavour. Puts a little bit of heat to it as well. A lot of people don't like a lot of pepper. I love pepper. Okay, that's it. Salt. And my perennial favourite, you thought I forgot, didn't you? Chilies. So we'll put some in. Again, you put in enough chili for your personal taste. Get a fresh spoon out, give it all a good mixture. And see what else we need to do to adjust this before it goes in the mushrooms. So let's see another little bit of a taste. Yeah. Olive oil. Definitely olive oil. And get another spoon out. And mix it all in. And I think this stuffed mixture now is going to be ready to go in the mushrooms. The last thing we do, of course, is I'm going to add the garlic in the stuffing mixture, and then it goes into the mushrooms. So when I get that ready, I'll get back to you. So there's your stuffing mixture. There's the garlic. There's 5 cloves of crushed garlic in there. You can put less, or God bless you, you can put more. So we'll mix this garlic in. Do you believe it? I nearly forgot to add the garlic. As the last minute I remembered, oh my God, where's the garlic? There's something missing. But anyway, no harm done. And there we go. That's pretty well done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I do with the mushrooms. I load a dollop of butter at the base of it, right? And then you put the stuffing in and you press it in. We're going to do that 6 times and I'll get back to you. There's the stuffed mushrooms and it'll go straight in the oven. Okay. And as I'm doing these, if you like my cooking channel, please consider subscribing. Every little bit helps, of course. Goes without saying, actually. Would be much appreciated. Okay, now let's stay focused and keep stuffing these mushrooms. Here we go. They're all done. Stuffed. What you can do is sprinkle a little bit of olive oil on top if you want. Give it a bit of a glaze, or if you want a bit more colour, you can do a bit of an egg wash and just very, very lightly brush them on top, but I'm going to leave it the way it is. Now it goes in the oven. Now you could add, in the herbs, you could add sage to the thyme and the rosemary. I didn't. It's all a matter of taste, isn't it? Okay, the mushrooms now are going to go into this preheated oven, and it's just about done. We'll take them out in half an hour, and can't wait. In the meantime, gonna make yourself a cup of coffee. Well, wait a minute. I'll make myself a cup of coffee because you'll see them ready in about a few seconds. Okay, bye. Okay, the mushrooms should be ready by now. So we'll take them out. Yeah, look at that. There we go. There's the finished product. Mushroom with a beautiful espresso coffee. What a combination. Let's just cut into this mushroom and have a taste. We'll cut it in half. So you can have a look inside. It's nice and moist and the cheese is melted. So let's get a mouthful. Now imagine serving this to your friends or your family as breakfast with a cup of coffee. Nice, beautiful, freshly brewed espresso coffee. No sugar, no milk. Let the coffee sing with the mushrooms. I know. I get carried away.